In the room and find out who's here. Let's talk to Bob. Bob, do you want to just point out everybody who's here?
Sure, I'll do the introductions. The big guy sitting next to Di is John Hitchens, a local spokesman, and teacher at Opeongo High School. Next to him is Mike Neal, again math teacher. Mikey Neal, Master Hunter Mike Neal, also a math teacher at Opeongo High School. Next to him is Chris LePan, now retired and enjoying life like myself, and he was also at Opeongo High School. Okay. Whereas I'm right here. We have John Pierce, history major at Opeongo High School, and again
doing a hell of a job too.
Doing a hell of a job. Yes. Missing is Neil Kearney, who had to go to a meeting, but I'm sure he'll drag himself in a little while. Always we have visitors. We have Lauren Wilson, who joins us on Wednesday night. A little history about this place. We formed about, well, we bought the property in 1999, not 1899, and we hunted together several years before that, just doing grouse hunting, duck hunting, a little bit of everything, and decided that we should maybe look for a piece of property. So this is how we ended up buying this place, and of course this is a rolling stop on Wednesday nights, and it's traditional we get together here on Wednesday nights, and as well as the weekends, but this place is hopping on a Wednesday.
You just said something that interests me. You said history, and I want to associate that because one of the words that I've been hearing a lot of is teachers. Is this camp comprised solely of teachers and former teachers? I'm going to have to watch my sentence structure on you guys.
Well, I'd like to have a chat before we find out about the quirks of the teachers, because, I mean, we've only got 15 minutes for this slot. John Hitchens is with me here, and John, you gave us some insight before we came on to record about why you named this beautiful spot Annapurna Hunt Camp, and please, you can educate the whole valley about this, because it's a fascinating name, and nice to hear the story of it.
When we first bought it, there's a number of us, about 5 or 6 or 7, went on a big circle walking around the camp, and this property, when you look on a topographic map, is actually one of the highest elevation pieces of property in Renfrew County. And as we walked around, there's a big bluff that sits just below the camp, and we looked up at it, and Neil, who's actually not here tonight, looked up and said, Annapurna. And Annapurna is one of the mountains in the Himalayas. It's not the highest, as Everest is, but it was the first one that was ever scaled.
Is there a test on this?
Yeah, there's a test. And we decided to call it Annapurna Hunt Camp.
Tremendous. That is interesting. We've now, Mr. Neil from the North Algonquin All-Stars, this building itself is a really traditional log hunt camp. It's what, 16 feet long by 12 wide, 14 wide? Some of that is got upstairs as well?
It's small. We ended up cutting the trees ourselves. We had the logs milled up. We built the camp, I guess, over a summer one year, and it's turned out to be just a great gathering spot.
You know what, Di, as I look around the room, I noticed that there's a bunch of pictures on the wall, kind of serving as memories. And one that jumped out at me is one over here that I'd like just a little bit of explanation if I can. I've noticed that who is this gentleman in the leotards over here? What is that called? A spandex suit?
That would be John.
That would be John. Now, John, what are you doing in this picture? You're playing some kind of a flute? You're in a leotard of some kind? A bodysuit?
So glad that you noticed that photograph, Andrew. I volunteer a lot, and that was, they were having this superhero Saturday event, and in retrospect, I'm regretting going. Actually, no, that was in response to a little event in which we were. Yeah, there was a get together, and the theme was spandex, and I won the prize, as you can see, Andrew. And as I noticed on the radio the other morning that you were flattered that you were given a complimentary Hunt Camp hat. We don't have any of those, but I would like to present you, Andrew, with this photograph. And if you would like, I have others. Which you can maybe put up in the booth there at Heritage Radio.
And look to it for inspiration.
Yes, for inspiration. In the morning, when you wake me up at 6 a.m.
I can vouch for the fact that 1 hour before that picture was taken, he was giving a speech at a banquet for healthy...
It was a positive body image fashion show. And I think, as you can tell from that photograph, I have a
very positive body image. And like I say, Andrew, I've got more of those for you. Just talk to me after the interview.
We're just going to go for a break, and then we're going to come back, and you're going to have your food, but not until you've given us and the listeners some of your very special music here from the Annapurna Hunt Camp.